Hi guys, welcome back. All right, so this will be the third video, right? Okay. So the earlier one, right? First, right? I showed you how to create tables, relationships. All right. Thereafter, right, creating queries. Now I'll show you how you can actually create forms, right? So forms can be created based on the tables that we have, like airline, airport routes, or we can also create forms based on the queries that we have developed earlier, right? So I'm going to show you how we can create forms, right, both ways, right? Now as we know, right, that these tables, right, airline, airport. So when I open this, right, this table, right, you must be able to edit, right? Okay, like you want to insert a new record in the future, you want to modify existing record, okay, or you want to delete record, right? But when you work in a database environment, right, okay, there will be a lot of users accessing this, right? So we don't want users to access the table. Instead, they should be modifying records, right, updating, inserting, deleting, right, through the forms, right? So that is why we're going to have forms, right? So we should not actually allow at all costs, right, to users, right, to access to the table. Only the administrator, right, database administrator, right, should be allowed to access, all right, the tables. Okay, so right now, so I'm going to close this. How to modify this data, like inserting new record or modify existing record and so on, right? So let's say, right, for airline, right, so I'm going to create a form, a simple form. So I'll call it this a form visit. Okay, form visit. And airline, right, so I'm going to transfer everything. Click next, next. Okay, and then this not a table, right? So FRM, form airline. Okay, click finish. So you find that over here, okay, all right, so you have 6,000 records, right? Okay, 6,000 records. And you can do the searching here, simple searching, right? So you see Canada, you maybe have a lot of records related to Canada, but only the first encounter, right, it will show up. Okay, and then that's it, right? Okay, you have all this information, right? So if you want to navigate to the next record, you just have to click that, the navigation pen down there, right? Next record. If you want to go to the last, you can just go to the last. If you want to enter a new record, you can just click this new blank record, or you want to go to the first record, you can do that. Okay, so over here, right, it will show the details, or I mean the records, number of records. Okay, and obviously, right, when you have a lot of okay, records, okay, a lot of records, right? So you can't be like doing this searching. It's not really practical, right? So maybe we want to find specific records, then we modify that, right? Okay, so for right now, okay, you can just right away enter here the value, right? For this one, you don't have the value, right? But you don't, over here we can change the value, right, easily, right? But over here, right, we have airline ID, airline name, right? So we should not be changing, we not actually should allow the user to change this, right? So what we can do is go to the design view, all right, and then make this as disable this, all right? So of course you can change this, right? Now when you come to the form design, right, you'll see several parts: form header, detail, form footer. What are they actually, right? So usually, right, we work with the detail section, right? Detail section is where you display the records. Okay, so you have label, you have text box. Form header is where you put all the titles, right? Form footer is where you put the date, okay, the page number and so on, right? So over here, right, instead of form, I can just put airline form, something like that. Okay, you can easily change this. The font size you can change, you can pull it down, give more space, you can shrink the size. Okay, all this can be done, right? So form, right, when you go to the, when you click here form, right, you have the properties, form align. Okay, so this perhaps align form. Okay, okay, right, single form. Okay, all these are properties related to the form, right? But if let's say specifically, right, you want to go here and change something, right, we can look at here the font size. You can change, increase the font size, you can do that. You want to change the color, everything can be done, right? So you have the properties there. Okay, and save. Okay, and specifically, let's say you want to disable this, right? You don't want the user to change. You can go down here, look for enable, something like that. It's over here. Yeah, validation rule. Okay, so you have here. Okay, let me check validation. This is the text. Oh, should be on. Yeah, you can get to see here validation, right? Something here. Yeah, it's over here, right? Okay, validation. Yeah, enable, right? So you just put no. That's it. Over here, so you just put no. Over here. Yeah. Okay. So now you save and you see you can't change, right? You can only display. You can do that, right? You can only read, right? Okay, so that's how it works now, right? So we can use this, right, to add modify existing record, but it's not useful, right, because you are displaying huge amount of record. So maybe you want to find specific records, right? So what we can do, we can add some additional things, right, to find specific record, right? So perhaps I can just have a combo box here. So I'm going to add here. Okay, so here what you need to do is country unique, right? I want the combo box to get values from another table, so I'll look for the queries airline country unique. All right, so click next, transfer here. Okay, that's it. Next, and this will be a country name. Okay, done. Right. So we can run this form view. Can you see that this is the country, unique country, right? Okay, but when I click this, right, you're supposed to display something, right? Okay, country name, or perhaps what we can do is um, okay, instead of country, perhaps I can just go for airline name, right? So that will be more practical. So go here. So maybe I'll change this. So instead of country, you want to find specific record, because country, you have so many countries, right? I mean the same country, right? Multiple records, so you put airline name. It's more specific, and then I will change this to okay, instead of having this. Okay, yes, right, so I'm going to have um, okay, so it will be the queries, which is the airline name unique. Okay, close, ascending, that's it. Yes, all right. So when you run, you see, okay, this is the airline name, right? Okay, unique. But the thing is, right, when you choose here, right, then you're supposed to display the related record, right? So we need to do some coding there. Okay, design. So I'll go to the event. Okay, so what you need to do is but you need to provide a name for the combo box, right? So instead of combo 17, right, you can just provide you provide name for that. Okay, so you put CBO aligning. Okay, so done. Next is the event after update, code builder after update. So you're going to type in some codes. If is null, CBO airline name, then me filter on false. If let's say the combo box, right, has the um, null value, right, you don't do anything, right? So if not, then you filter me filter equals airline name equals CBO. I'll just copy this. Okay. And that's it. Okay, and then me filter on true. Okay, and if that's it. All right, you may be actually asking, this CBO airline name is name of the combo box, right? So you get to see here this one. And what about the second one, right? So if you look at here, airline name, right? So this one is actually matching this, right? Airline name, this one, the output. Okay, close this. So next, this is done. I need to look for change. Okay, right. So the next one will be the change. So what do you have to put for the change? I can just copy this, right? If okay, I can just copy this and just put it here. Okay, and if me filter on false, right? So done. So basically there are two events lah. After update lah, means when you change, okay, after update then you have some codes to execute, right? Because the combo box, right, actually will trigger two common events lah. Because when you change, that's one thing, then after that, after changing, what you want to do, right? Okay, so now save and form view. So can you see that it's changing, right? Okay, so you're changing, you want to see the whole record, 6,000. When you start applying this, you can change, right? So that's how it works. Okay, so this part's done. Okay, so next, this is more practical, right? Because we want to change specific record instead of like you have so many records there, right? Okay, so next is I'm going to close this. I'm going to create selected fields, airport selected fields. Okay, so I'm going to have query design. This will be the airport thing, right? Okay, airport selected fields. All right, so we have done earlier, right? If we have the query called airport selected fields, right? So we will work it out from there, right? Okay, so but this query, right, this particular form, right, will be based on the airport selected field, right? So I'm going to create query design queries based on airport selected fields, this one, right? Okay, right. And sorry, okay, and then I'll close this. I'll create new form design. Okay, and then form design. Okay, the record source, we look for the record source. Okay, will be queries airport selected fields. That's it. Okay, so airport selected fields, so it will be airport ID. Okay, then you have airport name. All right, and then there. selected field. Oops. City. Okay, let me just close this. Okay, so we have this. Let me just check. Okay, so I'm gonna close this. Close this. All right. So create maybe form wizard. So I'm going to take airport selected fields, all of them. Next, next. This will be a form airport selected fields. Okay. So I need to change something here. There's a mistake. All right. So let me check airport selected fields. Okay, and then let me go back to this airport selected fields. Yeah, can you see that? I missed out the D there, right? Selected fields. Yes. Okay. And also the same thing here. Yes. Okay. Save. Okay, so just close this. Yeah. So save and close. So now you come back here. The form airport selected fields. Okay, fine. So this one you can change. All right. You can just put view airport selected fields, something like that. Okay. So what I want to do is I'm going to create some two unbound text boxes, right? So I'm going to give some space. Okay, this one I'll place it like this, airport ID, so I can just change the structure. Okay, and then copy, this will be here, copy, let me just expand this. Okay, so now I can just remove this airport. I can place it here. Okay, city, country. Okay, so this part is done. All right, so I can select all of them, or maybe okay, this is just nice, so I can just shrink the size. Okay, now I have here, okay, so I need to bring these two text boxes. Okay, so I have, okay, form design text boxes, these two text boxes, one for here, I can just remove that, and then one more. Okay, so this will be, okay, now you need to provide the name. Okay, so this will be a tax country. Okay, and this is will be a tax city. Okay, so over here, right, we have city. Okay, label name, right? So this will be okay, so you can put label 1. By right, you have to provide proper, right? For example, city, right? The label is, put here label city. Okay, so over here you just change, right? Label city, right? Okay. Right, so that's what you have to do. Next, what you need to do is okay, so you just need to add a button. Okay, so this is the refresh, cancel. This one you can put button refresh. Okay, caption you can just put refresh record. Okay, done. So for this, right, you need to type in some commands. When you click, what's going to happen here? Okay, so you just have to put me dot requery. That's it. Right, save. Okay. Now, if you look at here, selected fields. Let me bring up this. This form is based on the selected fields, right? So you see the form here that you have. Okay, text city, right, means referring to this one. Text city. This is text country. Text country, right? So the input from here, right? The input, when we provide some inputs, right? When you click this, then you refresh the entire record. So you only see the desired record, all right? So we are linking the query with the form actually, right? So you can test this. Close this. Okay. Form view, right? Okay, this is the the layout view, right? So we need to close this. We can go to the design. So I'm going to change that is to continuous. It's not a single form, continuous. Okay, save form, right? There you are. Okay, so now let's say I want to only look for Canada, so I get all the records related to the Canada, right? And let's say for only Winnipeg, so only this, we have several records, right? You can change right away. This for the city and this one. So you can actually provide two inputs here, or just one input is good enough. Okay, so I can just refresh, you get to see this thing, right? Okay, that's the thing done, selected. Next will be a airline search by country. All right, so that will be the next thing that we're going to do. Okay, so I'm going to have what we call here. Okay, so that's airport thing, right? Airport selected fields. Okay, this is the airport details. Okay, next will be form design. Okay, so I'm going to have one combo box and the list box, right? So what I'm going to do is, right, I'm going to take the combo box. Where's the combo box? Yeah, right. Okay, so I want the combo box to get value. So now I want to display the country name, right? So queries country name, country unique. Okay, country unique, right? Country unique. So you take that. That's it. So country name, done. All right, so you need to give a name for this, right? Okay, this will be a, call it airline country, perhaps airline country. Okay, done. So when I run this form view, right, so you get to see all this. It's actually country name, right? Okay, country name. So maybe just okay, done. Right. So save. What will be the name? So you just put form search airline by country. Okay, done. Next, I'm going to get the list box. The list box is over here, right? Okay, so okay, I want the list box to get values from where actually, right? So it will be now we can take from the uh, table, no issues. All right, we can take that. Okay, from another table. So table align. Okay, so maybe I will take only um, airline ID name. Okay, uh, country, uh, and then ITA, and then active. Okay, that's it. Um, sort records. No, it's okay. Hide columns. Right. You can do like this. Okay, so for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cancel this. Okay, so let me list. Okay, so this one I'll just change label airline info. Okay, airline info. So I'll just put this up. Airline info. Okay, this one will be a LSD list airline. Okay, and then you have row source. Okay, so I'm going to add this. This will be a airline ID. I'm going to take this country, active, oops, and ITE. That's it. Okay, close this, save. Okay, this is done. Okay, now this part is done. Okay, for this, right, column you want to display all of them, right? So you put 5 columns. I want to display column hits, yes. Okay, and then right. Okay, so this is done. Next is the programming part here, the VBA. You need to add something. Okay, after update. So what you need to do is after update. Okay, so just code builder. So just put list airline equals to null, and then list airline. Okay, re-query, and then CBO airline country equals to. Okay, so this is done. So I'm going to test this form view, right? You can see here, oops, okay, okay, let me just go here, table query, okay, so let me check again, list, is it list, what is list, or list one? Sometimes we need to provide specific name. Have problem, we just check. Re-query after date, data, right? Info visible, column 5. Okay, let me just check. uh, Country unique, right? So list aligned. Okay, so we have here list align label, mm, table align. Oh yeah, I need to add something. I forgot. Okay, you're not about displaying everything, so I need to add something here. Okay, so it should be forms. Okay, form search, search. Um, okay, search. For that, you have exclamation mark CBO airline country. That's it. Okay, so we close this, save. Okay, now it should be running. Okay, so now you have this. Yeah, you have several records there. Right, and then you have Spain, few records. It's just for displaying, right? Okay, right. So you have country name, one record. Sometimes you have more than one record. Okay, so that is the thing. All right, so done this part, and we'll do one more. Okay, next is the search airline by country done, airport selected fields done, form airline. You have to do the same, right, for other tables, like especially for insert, update, delete, right? So right now, right, I've shown you how to create forms based on the queries and also the table, right? So in the next video, right, I'll show you how to create reports, right? So I'll catch up with you, all right, in the next video.